This is Rock Leach with Social Fire, and I want to talk to you about something in this video, which is the influence of people like Larry Reed Live and why he is able to yet remain an influencer in this generation. It's because people don't care about truth. Let's go. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about, and we're going to get into this pretty strong, is that now this is not to bash him because I don't agree with most of the things that he does. It's not that. I want to talk about a larger conversation, which is what we do here on Social Fire, is that we talk about those conversations that many times people don't want to talk about or are not talking about enough. Let's say that, because there are some that want to talk about this. Now, in this internet, this digital space, there's an epidemic of things that are going on that are not being discussed. And I want to bring some clarity to that because I notice in the comments of my channel, of other channels as well, people always bring up, let's talk about the truth, that people fear the truth. I don't believe that it's people fear the truth. I just believe that people don't care about the truth anymore. Now, when I first came into doing Social Fire, I did do my research, as well as my team did the research, and we found out several influencers, different things who are on here in the Christian space, if you would. And what constitutes what constitutes as Christianity now is not really Christianity, but they're able to go under that banner because there's a lot of church folk over there. You know, I think the Christianity itself, the gospel, the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ is being manipulated into being something else, and people are confused. Statistically, most people don't know what the Great Commission is, even less know where to find it in the Bible. And that's because biblical literacy is a problem. There was another stat that said over half, hear me, about 60 to 70% of people in the United States don't believe in Satan. Well, if they don't believe in Satan, how could they believe in hell? And if they don't believe in hell, how could they believe in the benefits of heaven? So why are we so surprised when people believe like they believe? I want to give you a scripture right here, which is 2 Timothy 4:3-4. And it says, for the time will come when people would not put up with sound doctrine. I want y'all to hear this. Instead, to suit their own desires. Okay, we talking here. They will gather around them a great number of teachers to say what their itching ears want to hear. They will turn their ears away from truth and turn aside to myths. I just read you that because that is the generation that we're living in right now. And I'm going to give you, looks like it's about five different ways that this is going on right now. And the problem, how it's been created. How do people get to where they can hear someone like a Larry Reed, like a Tiffany Montgomery, like these different, like a Prophet Lovey or Passion Java, how they can hear these people, and despite of what is factually known, what is documented, negative things, allegations, different things of that nature, just putting that all out there because this information is all out there. In spite of these things, they are yet able to have a voice. And it is because of this scripture that I have just given you, 2 Timothy 4:3-4. People have an itching ears and they put a lot of people around them. And I want to go through this thing right here. Why, Rock? Okay, Rock, why is this able to happen? Why are so many people not caring about the truth? Well, in this digital age, there is something right now, which is number one, information overload. There is so much information out here. I mean, there is information everywhere. The good thing about the digital age is that it provides us so many resources to get information. But the problem with it is that it provides us so many ways to get information, and we have so much information that we're overloaded with it. So what happens is that rather than people sifting through all of the information to find truth, they'll just settle for what is convenient. What is convenient and what feels good. This feels good enough. And so that's one of the problems right there, information overload. The next thing is, and y'all don't even know that this goes on, number two is echo chambers. Now, I want you to understand that on social media platforms with Facebook and YouTube being two of the largest, there's something called echo chambers. What is this, Rock? Echo chambers basically means that the algorithm on each of these will feed you what you most likely believe. They're going to feed you through, give you the information that you most likely believe, and they will stay away from other perspectives of truth. They're just going to give you what you most likely believe, whether it's the truth or not. They'll feed that to you, and most folks just stay with that, where they'll go with their feelings instead of facts. And this is what goes on because of those itching ears. They'll go through this. Number three, and this is something that's been going on. We've been building up to this where people don't care, is that years ago, my great-grandmother, great-grandfather, even greater than that, received most of their information through the newspaper and radio. Time moving forward, we still use the newspaper and radio, but my grandfather and such started getting most of their information from the news, Walter Cronkite and different people like that. But as time went on and information came out, we found out that a lot of these outlets were corrupt. They were pushing forth narratives that caused harm to people, isolated people, alienated, demonized people, and kept people who might look like me under suspicion. And because of this, you have the internet right now that's allowing us to be able to see all of these things. You've got FBI files that are becoming unclassified now, and people are seeing all this information that causes us not to trust the institutions that we've trusted forever. And that's not just with the government, that's with the church as well. A lot of this information comes out, and we find out that the church, my pastor's pastor was corrupt. He did this wrong. This baby over here belonged to that man over there, and he was supposed to be this and that. I'm just saying it's a mistrust of institutions, so that where we would normally go to get our information, we don't go there anymore because there's a mistrust. So we have all these different things around us. The next thing here is emotional appeal. Most of these stories, people are connecting to because it sounds like, people will look at different people and Larry Reed, for example, and see he's not a part of a mainstream anything. He's not a part of the church anymore. He's got all these tattoos, and I don't knock tattoos. Please understand that. And I'm just talking about him to speak on a greater issue that's going on, and people emotionally attached to him, especially those who've been rejected, those people who have been labeled as misfits. They'll connect there. People from the LGBTQ plus community. Lord, I'm glad I said all those alphabets together without messing that up. But they will connect there because they feel that they've been isolated, they've been rejected, they've been ostracized and put on the outside. Now, this is not anything new to people around, but some people, rather than connecting to Jesus, they want to connect to people who more represent their emotional attachments, their emotional testimony of where they've been from. Instead of connecting to the Redeemer, they connect to these regards here, which is the same thing that we see in regards to this so-called prophetess Tiffany Montgomery. She's out here talking a certain way, cussing in the pulpit, doing all kind of things of that nature. And you've got women who feel isolated, who feel, underserved. They're connecting to her because she went under the banner of the Year of the Bride. She started putting different things out there, and you got this sassiness that's out there. You've got this emotional thing. You got these women that you can't tell nothing to, and you've got all of that rebellious spirit that's out there, and they're doing it because of the emotional appeal that connects to them. They can see themselves in that without ever considering that this may be demonic. All right. Relativism. Now, I want to share this right here with relativism and the danger with this. There's a growing belief in relativism, relative truth. I want to say that there's a growing belief in that, which is saying that, what one person believes might be true might not be true for another. And so what happens is that people will just kind of go whatever the majority believe the truth is without getting to absolute truth. And we've got a lot of this that's going on inside of the body, inside of the world right now. And so all of this goes back to 2 Timothy. The Bible talks about this in 2 Timothy 4:3-4 in the NIV. And it says it. I'm going to read it again. For the time will come. And I'm going to tell you this. The Bible was speaking that it would come. We're actually in it right now when people will not put up with sound doctrine. Sound doctrine. We're going with a lot of different things that are not necessarily God. It's not God. We're going away from God. We don't believe in the things of God. Going to heaven is not our goal anymore. And we're connecting to all of these things that feed our dysfunction and feed the problems that we have. We're connecting emotionally by a vibe. There's not discernment. I hear so many people talk about discernment, and in this day and age, discernment is not being done biblically. Y'all, on this channel, one of the things that I always try to push is the Bible. If you go to socialfire.org, you'll see several things there that we push towards the Bible. We push you to put your eyes on the Bible. I never on this channel want to be bigger than God and the Bible. I never want to be bigger than the life of Jesus Christ. If we look at the Bible, it's all about the cross, the fact that man was in a place of total neglect and total frustration, and God, he came here himself in flesh to die for us, be the sacrifice for us. And so I want to make sure that I'm never getting in the way. And so if you go over to socialfire.org, that is what we push there. We have a Bible challenge, 30-day Bible challenge. I encourage you, go over and sign up for our mailing list so you'll be informed of that Bible challenge. We have a Facebook group that we're starting and implementing so people can always have contact with solutions from God. And what I mean by that is there'll be a community in there. If you need prayer, you need counseling, you need to talk, just put it in there and we're going to go ahead and connect you. There are over 160 some hours in a week, and most of us will attend a traditional church and get maybe 3 hours a week of God. And the rest of the time, the enemy has all those hours to attack you. Well, Social Fire, we're creating something for that to help you in that regard so you don't have to deal with that on your own or feel like you're by yourself. One of the things the devil likes to do is get us isolated so we can get in our own feelings and become self-righteous, righteous in our own eyes. We want to keep you around a community of believers who are here for you, who love you, who are also growing in their faith. And so I want to just wanted to bring this out, to bring this up, and I didn't want to go ahead. I wasn't trying to go in on Larry Reed, although I can go in on him because of things that he says and does. It's just not my topic. However, he does this YouTube algorithm quite well. I want to say this to other Christian content creators. Get organized, get your business together, find out what that algorithm needs as far as your content and what God is leading you. We can't knock the Larry Reed lives and all of these different other people because they do YouTube well. They do it well. They're organized. They have things, they have their ducks in a row, and that's why they have a following. And I need more of our content creators to get organized. And it's good to be organized. If you hadn't had a chance to subscribe to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. I want you to also go over and check out the Social Fire podcast that we've launched. This on Spotify. I'm not using any other platforms but Spotify. Spotify is a part of Social Fire eChurch. And so you get a chance to go over there. The link is in the description. Also, we have several books that are in the description. I want you to go and check out. And more than that, not only subscribe to the channel, but go over there and join our mailing list. All right. I want to know what you think about this. Jump in the comment section and let's talk about it. Let's go.